Yeah. Y'all watching the Grind Ethics Mixtape Show. I'm your host, Victory BX Supreme Promoter. Basically, you know what I mean? I'm Shane. Basically, yeah. Thank y'all for watching new episode Grind Ethics Mixtape Show. Anybody that like this episode, like, share, subscribe. But when you subscribe, ring that bell. Um, And also, if you definitely like this episode, follow me on Instagram. The links are down below. Also, you could make a nice not it doesn't have to be a crazy donation, but you make a friend. You can make a nice small friendly donation or whatever. No stress. Anyway, the topic of the show is the struggle is in your head. Yes, the struggle is in your head. The struggle is not real, peoples. The struggle is in your head. I know a lot of us we get addicted. We get addicted and we don't even know that we're addicted. We get addicted to romanticizing struggling. That's why we like watching Rocky movies and listen and working out to Rocky theme songs like Eye of the Tiger and stuff like that. That shit romanticizes struggle. I mean, nothing wrong with listening to these songs. I listen to these songs every now and then, but that's a romantic shit, romanticizing struggling. You know, uh, but yeah, the struggle is not real. It's in your head. It's in your head. Let me tell you a story, man. I remember 3 years ago, right? The beginning of the pandemic, I interviewed a brother. I forgot his name, but I met this brother on Instagram, and we scheduled an interview while everybody was locked down. So it was a perfect time to do remote interviews, right? Or interviews on the internet, whatever. So this brother used to be a party promoter he was a party promoter in Miami, organizing and promoting listening parties for Bad Boy Records. So this brother once told me, he was like, yo, you only struggle if you feel that way. And I was thinking about that, like, you only struggle, you're only struggling if you feel that way. Now I understood what he was saying, but I just didn't see how that was possible. How how you struggling? How you're not struggling? If you feel like you're struggling, how you not struggling? I don't understand. Like I don't understand. Like And then 3 years later, I would say maybe over the summertime, the summer of 2023 that just passed, right? That's when I caught it. Boom. Now I understand fully. You know. And then since then, I stopped struggling. I stopped seeing myself as a nigga that's struggling, or because I'm working towards a goal and it's not happening right now. It doesn't mean it's hard. It's just taking long. That's it. It's just taking long. The process is just taking long. That's all. But all because something is long, or because you're going through a long process of accomplishing something, it doesn't mean it's hard. What's hard, or what's really the struggle, is or what really the struggle is coming from is not from working towards a goal. What's the struggle is coming? The struggle is coming from your imagination. It's coming from the imagination of your mind. That's what it's coming from. Because if you really think and feel, because whatever your mind think, your body feels. So if you really think that you're struggling, then guess what? You're gonna feel like you're struggling. So it's really struggling is really a feeling that you could turn on and off in your mind. I didn't know that. For all these years, I didn't know that. And I'm in my 40s and I'm just figuring that shit out. But look at how many people in the world that's older than me still think they're struggling. No, you're not struggling. Well, you're struggling because you think you're struggling. That's the only way you're struggling. You're only struggling if you think and feel that way. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just, I'm sorry, peoples. I know some of y'all like to defend the negative program or the negative programs that's fucking up your life. But I'm going to tell you something just to fuck up your negative programming. It's in your head, my nigga. The struggle's not real. It's in your head. I'm gonna keep on saying that. It's in your head. It's in your imagination. You're only struggling if that's how you think and feel. That's it. Because nowadays I don't feel that way. When I started coming outside hustling with that perspective, with that truth, I stopped feeling that way. Ever since I started going outside hustling, selling my merchandise, even though let's say let's say I'm going through a slow period, I still don't feel like I'm struggling. I still don't feel like it's hard to get this money. No, it's not hard to get the money outside. It's just taking long. That's it. And the money wave ain't hitting me right now because money is a wave that it hits you. Once it hits you, you got it. If it doesn't hit you, then you don't got it. It just is what it is. But it doesn't mean it's hard. It doesn't mean it's a struggle to get the money. No, it's going to come when it comes. It doesn't come late. It doesn't come early. It comes when it comes. That's it. You know, where's the struggle at? Where is it at? You know, because people talk about struggling. Everything is hard. Because since we were kids, right? This is what we was taught. This is what we was programmed to believe. This is what our parents was saying to each other. Oh, it's a struggle. Oh, it's hard. Oh, everything's hard. Everything's a struggle. Struggle this, struggle that. Life is hard. Especially during the pandemic that happened not too long ago. Yeah, definitely felt like life was a struggle. But the pandemic, what happened, the pandemic did not turn out the way you thought it would turn out. It wasn't complete chaos. It unfolded itself like because bad things don't last that long. You know, it unfolded itself like everything's okay now. Okay? It unfolded itself. You only struggle if you feel that way. Once side in your mind, listen, let me stop acting like I'm struggling. Let me look at the bright side of what I'm doing. Let me look at the bright side of not accomplishing a goal or my goals for today. It's not real. It's only it's only real if you make it real in a way. Because I've stopped struggling. I stopped struggling. Ever since I fully understood what the brother was telling me, I stopped struggling. But even before that, I was still walking the path of mindfulness. I was still walking that path, like going with the flow, being grateful for what I have and all that good stuff, right? But I was still acknowledging struggling as something that exists, even though I was walking that path, even though I was still walking the path. But now I walk the streets. I walk the streets every day like, hey, you know, I walk the streets knowing that I'm wealthy without knowing that I'm wealthy without the money, you know? Because as long like I said before, in the previous episodes, the most wealthiest thing that you have is your mind. The mind on this earth is created everything. So as long as you have a mind, you can figure it out. Your mind is your problem solver, you know? And your mind is what's going to help you get that bigger bag. You just can't be impulsive about the so-called money, you know? And it's not a struggle to get money. It's not a struggle to get extra money. If you're a 9 to 5er and you and you started a business or a side hustle and you think you're having a hard time getting your first money or making your first sale, no, it's just taking long. Or there's something that you're not doing. Figure out what you're not doing. Stop saying that everything is hard. Oh, it's hard to make my first sale. Stop saying that. Because if you keep saying that it's hard and you're struggling to make your first sale, guess what? It's going to keep on being hard for you because that's what you think. That's how you're feeling. So therefore, your life is going to be that way because that's what you feel. Your life is going to be constant struggle because you keep believing in that shit. Stop believing in struggling. Then you'll never struggle ever again in your motherfucking life, nigga. You know? But every now and then the struggle might come back into your mind. Then you just have to turn it off because you know it's a feeling that you turn on and off. You know? So it might come back in your mind and every now and then, but it's a feeling that you could turn off. You could turn off. And then you're smooth again. It's just a feeling. Struggle is just a feeling. When you feel like something is hard, or you feel like certain aspects of life is hard, it's just how you think and feel about the situation. Everything is about how you think and feel. Like me, I still don't got my 10,000 fans for Grind Ethics. My goal is to have 10,000 fans for Grind Ethics. And and I got way less than 10,000 fans. I don't have nowhere near that. I don't even have 100 fans. I don't even have 100 fans, my nigga. But it's okay. I'm not stressing it. I'm not like, oh, I gotta get 10,000 fans by next year, by 2024, by 2025. I gotta have 10,000 fans. It's a life or death situation. No, it's not a life or death situation. If I never get 10,000 fans for grinding, whatever. I'm not gonna kick myself in the ass if all I have is 1,000 fans. Even having 1,000 fans for me, that's a big improvement. You know? Because at the end of the day, one thing I realized, everybody in this world wants what they want. But really, you don't really need what you want. Like me, for example, I always wanted to be a host for my own talk show. You know, I always want to be a host or slash producer of my own talk show. But is that necessary? Do I really need to be a host or a producer? No, I don't. It's not a need. It's not a need. It's a want. It's a desire. It's a goal. It's not a need. You know? So that's why I don't go crazy over what doesn't happen. And I'm not going crazy over not having 10,000 fans. It's gonna happen. I just can't fuck up the flow. That's it. And I gotta do the necessary work. And not think everything's a fucking struggle. If I think it's a struggle to get 10,000 fans, guess what? It's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna be a struggle if that's how I think and feel. Everything's about how you think and feel, man. You know, I'm not trying to debate about this. So, so if you think I'm just gonna join you in a comment section of arguing and debating, no, I'm not debating. Debating's for fools. I'm not doing that. Debating is kind of like is a form of mind manipulation. I'm not. I'm not. It's a mind game. I'm not playing those type of mind games. I'm good. I'm not playing those type of games. That's why I don't debate on nothing. You know, but yeah, it's not people's. It's in your head, man. You know, it's about being as smooth as you can oh yeah, going back to that. Like I said, whatever goals that you have, whether it's money related or not, it's not a need, it's a want. You know, you want to be a millionaire. Huh, that's not a need, that's a want. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might not have to be a millionaire to be comfortable. You know, that's a want. You know, you want your own clothing line. That's a want. You could feed your family. You can still feed yourself and your family without having a clothing line. You want to be a film. You want to be a filmmaker. You don't need to pay your bills. You don't need to be a filmmaker to pay your bills. That's just a want. That's not a need. So it don't make no sense to go crazy over your wants. Go at go keep on pursuing your wants. Keep on doing what you do. And if you want to make money doing what you do, don't go crazy over it and stop saying shit is a struggle. Stop saying that it's hard to be a filmmaker. Stop saying that. Stop saying anything is hard, my nigga. Stop saying that anything is a struggle, my nigga. And your life will be easy. Think easy. Think and feel easy, and you're gonna be easy. That's why it's good to meditate. It's good to eat the right foods. I'm not saying you have to be a health nut, but eat some right foods. Some of y'all in your 40s, eat some kale, nigga. You need to eat some kale. I started eating kale. Kale is an energized type of vegetable. It energizes you. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know, reading books about what you want to do. Reading books about things like self-awareness, you know, having side hobbies to get your mind off of, not accomplishing your goal. See, this is how you develop an easy mind. I'm putting you on how to develop an easy mind, you know. But some of y'all might want to debate with me about how there is a struggle. Some of y'all be like, no, Victory, struggling is real. You're wrong. Struggling is real because I feel it. Exactly. I told you. Struggling is a feeling. You feel it. Because what I do, right, for a living, right? You might have somebody else, right? Like me, I'm 44 years old. I live with my mother. I make under 40,000 a year. I walk around and I sell merchandise. And I go through the long periods of time. If I don't sell anything, whatever, I still stay in the game. Now, there's somebody that's in the same situation as me. Might be a little older, might be a little younger, live with their moms. You know what I'm saying? Might do the same thing I do, or might have a little part-time job. Live with their mother, and they might think they're struggling because they don't have what people say they're supposed to have. They don't have what they're supposed to have at a certain age. But so fucking what? So what? And that person might think they're struggling. But if two people is living the same lifestyle and one person don't think they're struggling, but one person think they're struggling, who's right and who's wrong? Nobody. Nobody. And it's not about right or wrong. It's about how you thinking and how you feeling. That's it. And then you got to be careful because everybody in the world will try to debate with you about, yeah, there is such thing as a struggle. Because people who are programmed negatively, people who have the negative programs in them, they're trained. One thing that the negative program consists of is people defending the negative programming. So people would defend the negative programming to death, even though you got people who want to accomplish goals, people who want to get ahead in life, whatever that means, right? Or people that want to do better, they're still defending the program. You're not doing better or that better in life because you're defending the fucking program. Stop acknowledging struggling as something that exists. It does not exist. You can't eat struggle. You can't see it. You can't hear it. You can feel it because it's just a feeling that you can turn on and off. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm out. Anybody that like this episode, Grind Ethics, I'd be very grateful if anyone could make a donation or if anybody could follow me on my Instagrams or TikTok, whatever, all that good stuff. And I'm out. And remember, peoples, tell a friend to tell a friend that is all about the mother effing grind. Basically,